Ah! There's a bear! Oh! Oh! Oh my god! I tried to roll! I tried to roll! Wait, what's happened here? Wait, I don't want to drop down there. Sure. Wait, is this a glitch? What the hell am I supposed to do? Oh my god, I'm actually going to flip and scream. So back in November of 2023, I had got the Platinum Trophy on the PS4/original version of Days Gone. And when I got the Platinum for that game, I remembered really enjoying the game and obtaining its Platinum. And I enjoyed the game so much that I was actually upset that I never made a video out of it, as after getting this game's Platinum was when I started to make YouTube videos on this channel. And because I was gutted about not doing a Platinum video on this game, I was going to re-get the Platinum at some point later this year. However, back in March of this year, I had seen that Days Gone was getting a remaster and it would be released in late April. So because of this, I was so excited and knew I had to buy this game's remastered version to not just experience this amazing game and its Platinum Trophy again, but I also wanted to buy this remaster and get the Platinum again to see if this remastered version of Days Gone is worth buying or not. So in this video today, I will be getting the Platinum Trophy on the So in this video today, I'll be getting the Platinum Trophy on Days Gone Remastered to see if it is worth it. So throughout this video, I'll be ranking these three categories through 1 to 10, with 1 not being enjoyable at all, and then 10 being extremely enjoyable and just all round perfect for that category. And I will also be ranking difficulty through 1 to 10 as well, with 1 not being a hard Platinum at all, and then 10 being extremely difficult and essentially a Platinum that was close to impossible. And I will also be comparing the difficulty to what the guide gives it and explaining whether I agree or disagree with that number from my experience. And by the end of this video, after I've got the Platinum and also ranked all 4 categories, I will decide whether this game's Platinum is worth it or not, in my opinion. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So the first step when going for this Platinum was to just play through the story as normal. And the game starts off with this very emotional cutscene where the character we play as, called Deacon, is with his wife Sarah and best friend Boozer as the world turns to absolute chaos. And during the midst of this chaos, Sarah got stabbed and we sent her on this chopper to safety. However, this character called O'Brien tells us that there are only 2 spaces left on the chopper as they are overrun. And as there were 3 of us, that would mean Deacon would either go with Sarah on the chopper and leave Boozer on his own, or he would stay with Boozer. And Deacon decides to stay with Boozer and promises to find Sarah at the camp she's being taken to.
No.
Aww. God, it's actually making me a little bit emotional. Wow.
What did you do?
What an opening cutscene into a game. Wow. I didn't forget what happens in that, but I forgot how emotional that was. So fast forward 2 years later and Deacon and Boozer are still together and Sarah is supposedly dead, along with millions of more people, as the world has been taken over by zombies, which in this game they are called freaks. But there were also a lot of bad people in this game. One of those bad people was this person called Leon, who we had to kill as he beat this woman to death, which was pretty graphic, I can't lie. And he also had some useful information we needed off him. So once finding him, me and Boozer chased him down on our bikes and also learned how to track enemies, which this alone makes me think Deacon has some kind of superpower. But pretty soon after learning how to track enemies, we end up finding him and putting him out of his misery so the freaks don't tear him apart whilst he's alive.
You goddamn liar! Do it.
Go on, shoot him! Put him out of his misery. There it is. There we go. Your wish has been granted, my friend. Imagine like actually leaving someone to die to get eaten alive by a bunch of zombies. That's a horrible way to go. Horrible way to go. But there's my first trophy of the game. Finders Keepers. Unlock your first collectible. I didn't even know I got a collectible. Okay, I'll take it. But pretty soon after getting my first trophy, we came back to see my bike was busted and needed a part that was down the road. So me and Boozer went to this place crawling with freaks and got the part. However, Boozer ended up getting jumped by this gang called Rippers, which are absolutely psychotic individuals that basically worship the freaks and want to be just like them. I know. Pretty messed up, right? Oh no! It's here! Oh! Oh, that is horrible. Oh, these psychos! Oh, it's hard to watch. It is so hard to watch, man. Deacon, what is taking your... He is taking his sweet time. Look, he's just sat there watching.
Get off me! Hey, over here!
Die! Die!
We can do this!
Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Alright, he's dead. And you're dead. Wow, that was awful from me. That was awful. I could not have done that. I mean, well, the only time I could have done that worse is if I died. I will say though, Boozer took that like a champ. But there's another trophy, just a flesh wound. That is to get out of Crazy Willy's. But after getting to Boozer, his arm was really messed up to the point where he had to sit and rest at our hideout for the next several main missions in the game. But around 30 minutes later, someone from this camp stole my bike, so I chased them down to end up at one of the 5 camps in this game, with this one being ran by this guy called Copeland. And he said that he can fix our bike as long as we do jobs for him. But before doing that, I got another trophy to obtain my first skill, and then I began my next main mission where I had to fill this generator with fuel to have power to go through this door and open this Nero projector that gives you a choice to either upgrade your health, stamina, or focus. And there are a bunch of these around the map to find as a part of a separate storyline, as well as ambush camps and infestation nests as well. However, I decided to upgrade my stamina, which gave me my next trophy. But after getting that trophy, I went to this gravesite, and whilst I was there, a Nero chopper flew by, which caught Deacon's attention, as that was the same type of chopper that Sarah got put on before not seeing her since. And this was also the same people that O'Brien worked for, who was the guy who put Sarah on that chopper at the start of the game. So we followed the chopper and had to do a stealth section where I had to hide in these bushes and eavesdrop on these Nero workers' conversation. And once doing that, I got another trophy to discover what happened to Nero. But doing all these main missions and some of the ambush camps and infestation nests in the area gave me enough credits to buy an upgrade for my bike, which gave me another trophy. And after getting that trophy, I went to the second of 5 camps in the game, to where later on I would have to make a decision on whether I want to give this supply stash to Copeland or Tucker. And as the reward for giving the stash to Copeland seemed much better than the reward from Tucker's camp, I chose to give the stash to Copeland, and when delivering it to him, I got another trophy. But after taking out another 6 infestation nests, totally without any problems.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Oh no! I wasn't thinking! I wanted to collect another Nero projector that was on the map, but little did I know that at this Nero station there would be a horde just casually chilling there. Oh, there's a horde here! Oh my god, I just remembered there's a horde here! I'm dead! 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 Oh no! Oh my god! I completely forgot about that. However, my dumbass couldn't bring it upon myself to just walk away and live to fight another day, because I decided to go back over there, and let's just say it didn't end well. I'm screwed, man. I am not equipped for this yet. I am not. Oh my god. I am not equipped for this. I'm done. I have no stamina. Oh yeah, I'm done, man. I am done. Look how many of them there are. Oh, just kill me. I'm not even bothering, actually. Yeah, just kill me. Just kill me. I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to bother. I don't think it's worth right now actually trying to go for that, because I just don't have the resources to be able to actually deal with that.
A few moments later.
Oh, shit. Runners. Damn it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. They were flipping rapid. Get away from me. So what just attacked me there is called a runner. And basically those enemies are wolves but much faster, and I guess more infected than normal wolves in the game. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure on the more infected part. All I know is they are much faster and scarier than normal wolves. But after following the chopper and learning that O'Brien is possibly alive, to where we begin to track him down and reliving one of many flashback scenes with Sarah before the freaks began to exist, I decided to do another ambush camp, but not without some trouble along the way. Oh, great. They saw me. Oh my god! There's a horde! Why is there a horde? Wait, what the hell do I do? I'm dead. Oh my god, I'm dead. Get away from me! Oh, I'm still alive! How am I still alive? Oh my gosh. Why? Why? How is there a horde? Oh my lord, I literally spent so long trying to get through that, and then I got caught last second by like the last 3 people, and then it activated a whole flipping horde. Oh, that's a pain in the arse. So yeah, I guess it's safe to say that that was pretty damn annoying at the time. So learning from my mistake, I made sure not to get caught by anyone this time and do this camp completely in stealth, so I didn't attract that damn horde again. But later on in the story, I had to save this girl called Lisa who was supposedly trapped at this place that was covered with freaks a lot of the time. However, as I was trying to find her, I spent the next 15 minutes killing multiple rippers as they were also looking for the girl. But once killing them, I found Lisa and I had to sneak out of the area with freakers around and head back to my bike to take her to Tucker's camp where she'll be safer. God, it's getting dark as well. Look how many of them there are. This is insane. Can I throw a rock? Oh no, distract them. Hang on. Hang on, I'm distracting them. Over there. Go on, run over there, run over there. Right, go. Okay, they look like they're going to stay over there. So, I think I've just got this freak to worry about, really. Oh no, no, damn it. Alright, could have gone better, but it's fine. At least none of them got alerted. Imagine if they all got alerted at that last one. I would have been screwed. Right. Wait, what? Bear? Ah! There's a bear! Huh? I did not remember there being a damn bear. Oh my god, the bear's right there. The bear's right there. There is a bear. There is a flipping bear. Hi, bear. What is this bear doing? Why is it going away? Alright, this bear's got a mind of its own, apparently. Okay, I don't want to leave the mission. Come on, bear. Over here. Over here. Bear, what are you doing, man? Let me just shoot it. There we go. Now, can you come over here, please? Come over here. Right, here we go. Right, I'm scared now. It's actually here, so now I'm scared. Have that! Ah! Jesus Christ! I just burnt myself alive. That I knew that was going to happen. Right, let me just keep shooting it. Actually, I'm just worried like freakers are going to come over. Oh no! Yeah, I knew it. Here come the flipping freakers. Leave me alone. Oh, okay. Well, the bear's dead. The bear's dead. And let me just take out this last freaker. Wow. That was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So right after killing that bear, I took Lisa to Tucker's camp, and it turns out they were actually neighbours before all of this happened. However, that didn't stop Tucker from working Lisa to absolute death. But after taking Lisa to Tucker's camp, I found out where O'Brien will be. So because of this, we tracked him down and confronted him about how he's alive and why Sarah isn't, and what happened to her. So O'Brien willingly decided to help us track down Sarah, which gave us the possibility that she could still be alive somewhere. But after completing that mission, I soon went to Copeland's camp and sold a singular plant, which gave me my next trophy. But after getting that trophy, we found out that Lisa had been kidnapped by the Rippers to where we had to save her. However, once getting to her, she was all cut up and it really wasn't a pretty sight. However, once saving her, she mentioned she didn't want to go back to Tucker's camp as she treats them like slaves. So this is where we got introduced to the third and best camp in the game, being Lost Lake. So Deacon calls up this woman called Ricky to take Lisa to her camp, to where she agrees. But the reunion wasn't the smoothest, as Deacon left the camp that she is at on bad terms. But fast forward to the next mission, we went back to a hideout to check on Boozer to see he really wasn't doing well, and that his arm was so burnt up he was pretty much hallucinating things. And he was also getting blood poisoning because of how bad his arm actually was, which was causing it to get infected. So because of this, we took him out on a drive around where the Lost Lake camp is, and once reaching our destination, I got another trophy. But we drove up there to sneak into their camp to steal some antibiotics for Boozer. However, we got caught by Ricky and Addy, who is the doctor at the camp, and once figuring out that Deacon was stealing to help Boozer, Addy decided to let us into the camp to help Boozer get better. But as I did jobs for the camp to gain trust and also tried to help Boozer, we found out that Boozer's arm wasn't going to heal and that he is probably going to die unless we amputate his arm. So to save Boozer's life, we did just that.
Okay. Hold him down right there.
Okay.
Oh!
Damn it, we're losing.
Oh my god!
Blood, you gotta stop. He's losing too much blood.
Hand me the ball.
Jesus Christ, that is hard to watch.
Stop panicking.
Oh, the blood's going onto her face! Oh! Oh, you can hear the bone creak! Oh, that's horrible! That's horrible! That was nasty! Thank God I didn't have to actually see the arm coming off. However, cutting off Boozer's arm ended up saving his life, so there was a positive to all of that pain and suffering. But as I progressed through the story, I got another 4 trophies along the way before we did a mission with this guy called Skizzo, which from the moment I met this man, I just got this vibe he could not be trusted. And during this mission, he talks about wanting to betray Iron Mike, who is the leader of the Lost Lake camp, and that he wanted me to help him kill Mike. And that just proves right there and then that this guy can't be trusted. But Deacon, being the loyal man that he is, said that he wouldn't betray Mike. But at this point, Boozer was working for the camp and was alive, but him not having an arm meant that he had to give up his life of being a drifter, which made him very depressed and not in a good place. And he got so bad that he left the camp and got insanely drunk to where we had to find him. But once finding him, there was a horde opposite us, and this next cutscene was so badass, and it actually gave me goosebumps, I can't lie.
The nice-year-old lady was killed. What did I say to you? What did I say to you, huh? I found you halfway through a case of whiskey. You were gonna drink yourself to death. What did I say to you?
You grabbed the bottle. And you chugged it. It was a lot of goddamn whiskey. And you told me that if I was gonna drink myself to death, you'd be right there with me. That's what brothers do.
So like I said, Boozer, as I said, that's how we're going out.
Oh, this is badass, man. This is so badass. Yeah, come on, Boozer. Straighten the hell up, man.
Go!
I'm going!
Go faster then!
Boozer, you're the one who flipping... We're out here in the first place because of you.
Cars.
Oh my god, they're all coming out from under damn cars. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Alright, we're out. I think we're in the clear. But once escaping that horde, I continued to do separate storylines in the area to where I ended up getting a trophy to clear all ambush camps, infestation nests, and Nero checkpoints in a single region. But later on in the game, Skizzo convinced us to get this dynamite from the Ripper's camp, as that was the only place that dynamite could be found, as we needed dynamite to trap the hordes in the mines when they are in there in the day hibernating. And with Deacon agreeing, we secretly went there together. However, as I expected, Skizzo ended up betraying us to the damn Rippers.
Alright, Skizzo, once we get back...
Oh no.
Why don't you let...
Here we
What are you
go.
doing?
Yep, there it is.
Sorry, brother. It was the only way.
What a flipping betrayer! What a snake! A snake in the grass!
He's a little snake in the grass.
And with Skizzo betraying us for the Rippers, we end up trapped and tied up in this room with the leader of the Rippers called Carlos, who's also known as Jesse, who Deacon and Boozer apparently know, but I actually have no idea who he is. Anyway, he begins to absolutely torture us at this moment.
A long time ago, we didn't really...
Oh! 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 But once the torturing stops, we end up actually getting saved by Lisa, who earlier in the game escaped Lost Lake, but unfortunately got caught by the Rippers and, well, now looks like one, unfortunately. However, once she lets us out, we had to escape the Rippers camp and head back to Lost Lake as they were under attack by the Rippers. But once escaping and sneaking out of the Rippers camp, I got another trophy. But we had to quickly head to Lost Lake as the Rippers were attacking the camp, and once getting there, we see Skizzo and Carlos along with a bunch of other people at the cabin. But eventually, Skizzo gets put on trial for his actions to where he's eventually let go by Iron Mike, which may or may not prove to be a big mistake towards the end of the game. And Carlos and the Rippers leave the camp not hurting anyone else. But the truce that Iron Mike had made with the Rippers wasn't enough for Deacon and Boozer as they wanted revenge. So we both snuck out of the camp to blow up this bridge that would completely flood the Rippers camp. And once doing that, we headed over to where Carlos was and had a mini boss fight with him. That was genuinely one of the easiest boss fights in the game, as I just had to knife him a few times and avoid the one attack he would throw. But with Carlos now dead and the Rippers camp flooded, that would mean that the Rippers were officially no more. Good riddance, you psychos. But later on, we meet O'Brien and he tells us that Sarah could be alive and she could be at a camp down south. So with Deacon knowing this information, he knew he had to try and find her. So Mike shows us the way to get to the mountains down south as it's heavily guarded by militia. And once getting to the south on the mountains, I got another trophy. And there's a trophy, Riding Nomad. I think that's what that says anyway. Take to the road alone. Alright, so we're in the new place of the map for the first time. I think this is just south, I guess. I guess it's just called the south region of the map. So yeah, we're locked out of here for a little bit. So we're going to go and try and find our wife. I think coming up here is a flipping bear we've got to fight, right? Yeah. Oh my god. There's a rager bear. Okay, I forgot it was a more powerful bear. All right, luckily we're all good with resources, so we should be okay. Let's throw 2 of these.
Okay.
Oh my god! I tried to roll! Get off me! Oh my gosh! Oh, we're getting manhandled by a bear. I tried to roll. Okay, I'm gonna have to throw another Molotov at it. She got again! Right, I need to create some space so I can actually throw this thing without burning alive. Alright, let's throw a grenade. Come on. Nice. Jeez, I don't know what to do. Do I just throw another bomb? Perfect. That was perfect. Come on, it's almost done. Oh, actually, let me bring it over here. Come on, come over here. Beautiful, there it is. So killing that Rager Bear meant I saved these 2 soldiers who are a part of a nearby camp that runs like it's the militia. So these guys take us to one of their 2 camps in the area where we meet Captain Curry. And as there are very strict rules in these camps, with one of them being you can't have any romantic connections with anyone in the camp, meant that we had to keep Sarah a secret and try and find her on our own without telling people she's our wife. But in this current camp, she was nowhere to be seen, and that's because there are 2 camps in this area. So in order to be a part of that other camp, I had to prove myself as a worthy soldier, and once doing that, I met the corporal who showed us around the camp and introduced us to some important people, one of them being the so-called Wizard Island Witch, as everyone likes to refer to her as, who just so happens to be our wife. Yeah, she's in here. Oh my god, she's in here. We are about to get reconnected with our wife. There she is. There she is.
Matt, I can't do this. If I have to
Oh
do
my
own
god. She's alive.
Lieutenant Whitaker, this is Corporal St.
Yep.
John. He's a new member of Corey's unit. He's got some experience out on the ship.
Oh my god, yep. Look at her face.
I'll leave you to it. Carry on, Lieutenant.
Yep, leave us to it. Oh my god, we're here. Oh my gosh.
Sarah,
Oh my gosh, this is insane.
You're dead. You're supposed to be dead.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
You're dead.
I'm right here.
Oh my gosh. And this cutscene was so emotional and it started so well. However, once Deacon tried to leave with Sarah is when this cutscene got more sad. Because Sarah said she couldn't leave because not only is she forced to stay at the camp because whoever goes AWOL, as the corporal likes to say, then they pay the consequences by dying, but she also believes that she can make a difference and stop the freaks and bring the world back to how it used to be. And she wanted Deacon's help to do that. So because of that, we chose to stay at the camp and I got a trophy to reunite with Sarah. However, Sarah had clearly changed and was a lot more rude to us until she decided to start going with us on some jobs. But before she started to do that, I would have to go on multiple jobs for her on my own, with one of them to collect this item she needed. However, the place it was at was full of newts and also 3 brutes I had to fight. But before doing that mission, I did an infestation nest where I actually got a trophy to craft 50 items whilst doing it. But in this infestation nest, there was a brute in it, and the way this thing died was just so funny to me. Oh my god! Oh my gosh, he went flying! He went flying! But with that nice warm-up out of the way, it was now time to fight 3 more brutes. And this fight was actually quite difficult to where I almost died a few times. However, after a few close calls, I only had 1 more brute left. Right, just knife him. Knife the sucker. Knife the sucker. Just knife him up. Yes! Oh, and I got a trophy. Let's go. This is a knife. What's that for? Kill a breaker, reacher, or rager with a knife. I didn't even know that. I completely forgot that was a trophy. I literally just did not want to run out of any more ammo, so because it was the last one and I knew it was somewhat weak, I was just going to knife it. But after getting that trophy, it got to the point where Sarah began to join me with some jobs. And one of those times we went back to our old workplace to get more things that she needed to make her weapon. However, as the weather wasn't suitable to head back, we camped at this cabin for the night. And with these 2 alone, that only meant one thing. There we go. There we go. Oh, yep, there it is. Not bad ones though, but funny ones. Oh, and even, oh, he saw that. He saw that. He saw it. He saw it. Oh, damn, there's a trophy. It's getting cold outside. Damn right it is. Reconnect with what you lost. So after getting that trophy, I just continued going through the story, and after a few missions later, we went to see Lieutenant Weaver, who was the scientist of the camp, and he told us that his new weapon was ready for testing, and the weapon he had made was basically a more upgraded version of a Molotov cocktail, where once you throw it, it has more of a blast radius and the fire spreads way more on impact. So me and Captain Curry went to test the weapon on a horde, which was the first big horde I had to deal with and fight on this game. Alright, here we go. I remember this mission. I remember it. This is like the mission that I've been waiting to do, like probably since after the first 2 or 3 hours of this game. Like I knew this was the first time I was going to have to fight a horde. Not see a horde, actually fight it, because this is part of the mission. But as far as I'm aware, and as far as I can remember, I am pretty sure there is a specific way to be able to do this pretty easily. So basically what I need to do is I need to make sure I have enough attractors, which I literally have 5 of them. So that's going to be perfect. And I've got 6 of these. I've got none of these, but I can craft a few of them. And I've got grenades as well. So I should be okay to do this. So basically what I need to do is I need to make my way down there. And then once making my way down there, there's like a bunch of bushes near the horde. And I basically just go up to one of the... Oh, okay, we're good. I basically just go up to one of the bushes near the horde, hide in it, throw attractors, and then once a bunch of enemies show up, that's when I throw like Molotovs and bombs and everything. So I should be able to do this, hopefully. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this first attractor. It's going to bring a load of them over. And then that's when I'm going to just start throwing bombs and flipping Molotovs and everything. And now we'll throw one of the Molotovs. Hopefully they don't see me. I can't remember if they'll see me or not. I really hope they don't see me. If I just stay still, I should be okay. Alright, there's another one. Boom. Right. So far, so good.
Are you sure about that?
Oh! Oh my god, he saw me. Oh my god, I've been seen. Oh no, 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 no. Oh my gosh, I am in trouble. Okay, that did nothing. I'm dead. I'm literally dead. Oh my god, I'm dead. Oh my god, I'm dead. No. And once getting seen and dying that first time, I just couldn't seem to beat this horde and would die another 2 or 3 times before I decided to do the same tactic again. But this time, just throw everything much quicker so the freaks don't have time to notice that I'm near. And doing this worked as I just had one more freaker to kill. Honestly, look at the pile of bodies I have just caused here. That is insane. Okay. Just there, stuck in a flipping tractor or whatever this... I don't know why I said tractor, container I meant. Right, that has to be it.
Hurry, please. Please.
Yes, let's go. Oh, and there's my trophy, 1 down. Defeat your first horde. About damn time. I'm like 23 hours or 24 hours into this game, and that is my first horde I've taken out. And that's because I had to. That's literally because I had to. So with that horde now done, that meant that from this point on till the end of the game, there would be plenty of hordes that I would come across. And I would find this out the hard way, as when doing this main mission, there was a horde just chilling at this place where I needed to collect this item. And because I couldn't sneak around them, I didn't have the best guns to be able to beat a horde. So because of this, I just continued to die to this horde. So because of this, I decided now was the perfect time to buy a gun for my special and primary slot, which were both machine gun rapid style guns that were perfect for hordes. And once buying them, I went back over to that horde and killed them. Man, this gun, both these guns I've brought, they are going to help me out. There's a trophy. I think that's to get 900 something free careers. Yeah, collect 998 free careers. That is very, very precise. I don't know why they didn't just like do a trophy to get 1,000. But at this point in the story, I was at the point where Deacon and Sarah wanted to leave the camp and work together to help build a cure for the freakers. However, like I mentioned earlier, if anyone in the camp tried to leave, then they would die if they got caught. So Deacon and Sarah knew that they couldn't get caught. So this is when we went back to O'Brien as he had a chopper, and Deacon asked him to pick up both him and Sarah so they could get past all the security. However, O'Brien agreed, but only if we did a job for him that required finding 4 men and picking up an item that was located in this mine. So we went down there and found that all 4 men were dead, and there was also a new enemy type called Reacher, which was a more stronger, smarter and faster version to a normal freaker. However, once the boss fight began with it, it was extremely easy and I beat it in seconds.
Ooh, you're hard.
However, during this mission, I got another 2 trophies, with this one to find 50% of the collectibles, and this one to unlock 30 skills. But I was able to beat this mission, and then O'Brien agreed to help me, and Sarah escaped the camp. So fast forward another 3 trophies later, and I got to the mission where me and Sarah tried to escape the camp. But as we got to the end, we ran into the corporal, and also Schizo, who was now a part of the camp. And like I mentioned earlier in the video with Iron Mike making a mistake letting Schizo go, well, this is why. As during this cutscene, he convinces the corporal that we are a spy and are from another camp. And once the corporal knows about this, he sentences us to death. But Captain Curry saves us and we are able to escape because of him. But after this, we head back to Lost Lake Camp as it's under attack by the militia. And because of Schizo, Iron Mike ends up dying, which was genuinely one of the many sad cutscenes in this game that almost made me tear up a little bit, I must admit. But because of this, Deacon and the rest of Lost Lake Camp wanted revenge on Schizo and the camp that caused this. So I did a few missions where I collected ingredients to make some kind of bomb to put into this truck that we would drive into the camp with to blow it up. And during these missions, I got another 3 trophies, with this one to ride out to take back what's yours, this one to receive the Allied Trust status with any encampment, and then this one to spend 20,000 credits at 1 encampment. But after getting those trophies, I was on the final mission in the game. But as I was going through this mission, I'd run into a glitch that was actually disgusting. And I will say, this game has had quite a few glitches during my time when playing. However, those glitches have actually been funny, whereas this one was just not funny at all, and I couldn't physically continue with the mission because of it. Wait, what's happened here? Wait, I don't want to drop down there. Sure. Wait, is this a glitch? Yep, it's a glitch. What happens if I drop? I can't even, yeah, I die. Wow. All right, amazing. Another glitch on the game. It's glitched again. What the hell am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? It's glitched. Oh, look at this.
Almost there, Schizo.
This is awful. No, this is annoying the hell out of me. This is annoying the hell out of me. What am I supposed to do? This is a pathetic... Alright, so what I've just done is I've loaded a save file from like 20 minutes before this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to really quickly take out this guy. And then once taking him out, if he flipping dies... There we go. I'm going to disarm this. And hopefully it's there. And if not, I really don't know what to do. Because the only thing I can think of is if it restarts the entire game. Oh my god, it's good! Oh my god, it's good. Oh, thank God for that. I knew Google was the answer. Oh my gosh. Thank God for that. If that didn't work, I don't know what I would have done. I think because I saw on Reddit, I looked on Reddit and I saw that some people thought they might have to restart their entire flipping game again. But people said that all you really had to do was restart a load save point from, like, you know, 20 minutes before and then go from there, and that's what I did, and thank God it worked. But from what I've seen, this isn't the only problem people have dealt with. There's also problems on the Schizo fight.
Here it is.
A similar problem on the Schizo fight. I'm just praying I don't run into any more damn glitches. Oh my god. Okay, was that part of it? Just keep rolling. His accuracy sucks. Yes. His accuracy stinks. It's almost as bad as mine. Oh, square. I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, we're good. Have that, Schizo.
But you know what? They wouldn't enjoy it.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Deacon St. John, you savage. Alright, as I don't want to jinx it, but we seem to be good on the glitches. There was no glitch that happened on that Schizo bit there. So hopefully we're all good for the rest of the game. Hopefully, but there's a trophy. I've been waiting for this. Take revenge once and for all. Perfect. Right, let's go deal with that flipping colonel now. Oh! No! No! Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. No way. No way. Are you flipping kidding me? Oh my god. No. I jinxed it. I've actually just jinxed it again. Oh my god. I'm actually going to flip and scream. Oh my gosh. Really? So now I've got to do that same strategy that I did earlier. I've got to do that all over a flipping again. Oh my god, man. I hate this. 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 Yeah, did I mention that I hated that? Anyway, because of this rubbish, I had to once again load a save, and luckily I didn't have to restart the entire mission again for like the 8th time, but I did have to restart from this point, which really wasn't so bad. But luckily the glitch was able to fix itself, and I was able to save Sarah, and the Colonel also died in the process. And after watching the last couple cutscenes and also the credits, I got my trophy to beat the main story. However, there was still a couple main story missions I had to go to, which didn't spawn in straight away. So because of this, I did a couple side missions like beat some of the hordes that show up after the game. But the O'Brien cutscene finally popped up, which meant I went over to it. And this cutscene is one of my favourite cutscenes in the game. And this cutscene also leaves us on a massive cliffhanger to what was supposed to be Days Gone 2. Oh, there it is. Oh, man.
Its effects on the human nervous and lymphatic systems is accelerating
at an exponential rate.
They knew all along, of course, that it was happening.
Oh my gosh.
The men above me. That's why they were so cautious. So secretive. They're coming.
They're coming.
I'm sorry. There's nothing you can do to stop this.
Oh man, we need this sequel. We need this second game. Please. Oh my god, we need it. We need it so badly. I mean, well, I say I need it. Look at that. Oh my god. Come on. Whoever, I know it's really bad to say this. I don't know who the company name who made this game, but Sony, I know they're a puppet. Please make this damn second game. We need it so bad. Oh my gosh. Honestly, rewatching that again has literally just made me want this second game even more than when I played it the first time. It's painful. Oh my gosh, I've literally been waiting for that the whole game. So with the story now done, it was now time to give my thoughts and opinions on the story and rate it through 1 to 10. Alright guys, that is the story now done, and except it's a bit of a shame that that glitch at the end of the story on that last mission, the 2 glitches I had, definitely like, it wasn't a good way to end it, but in terms of the actual story, this game is honestly like one of, I'm not going to say it's the most underrated game I've ever played, I'm not going to put it on the spot like that, but like it is definitely one of the most underrated games I've ever played. The fact how, I don't know the whole story of it, but I remember when this game first came out, I'm pretty sure it didn't do the best sales wise, and like I don't think people really enjoyed this game, and because of that, that's why we're not getting a flipping sequel. But I know now that a lot of people do love this game, and it's like like a hidden gem, I guess you could call it, and this game is it's just so underrated. There's nothing really bad to say about the actual story. Like, just there are so many different storylines that all like culminate at the end of the game, and just like the stuff with Sarah, the stuff with Boozer, the stuff Deacon does for all the camps, and like just the character development and the character growth with Deacon of like, I know he's still like a hard bastard and everything at the end of the game, but obviously you see like more of the emotional side of him throughout the story with like everything with Boozer and like everything with Sarah, and like it's just amazing. Everything with like, you know, the Nero soldiers and like O'Brien, the Freaks, the Rippers. This game is just like, it's just fantastic. There is nothing really in terms of the story that I can say that is bad about this game. Like, it's honestly just a great game, and it's even quite a long game as well. Like, when it's just the story, I think if you just focus on the story alone and watch the cutscenes and everything, I think this story would take you around 13-14 hours to beat. So yeah, in terms of a rating, like I've definitely missed out some things I wanted to say because there is so much to say, but I'm trying to keep it as short as I can. But in terms of a rating, like I want to give this a 9. You know what? Screw it. It's my opinion. It's my video. If anyone doesn't agree with me, you can fight me in the comments. But I'm giving this a 9. I'm giving this story a 9 out of 10. Like, when I think about this story, like, it is honestly just so good. It's such a good story, and I don't understand why this game wasn't received, in my opinion, how it should have been received, and that was just bloody amazing when it first came out. Honestly, as you guys can fight me in the comments, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10 difficulty. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10 rating on the story because it was just that damn good. So with the first step of this platinum now done, it was now on to the second step, which was to complete the remaining storylines. And I had 3 more storylines to beat, with those storylines being Infestation Exterminator, World's End, and Ambush Camp Hunter. However, there was also a bunch of hordes that spawned on the map, which at the time when playing, I thought they were a part of the Infestation Exterminator storyline. However, looking back at it, I do think that they were just there to collect bounties and also work towards the trophy to get level 3 trust with 3 different camps. But thinking that this was part of the storyline at the time, I just spent an hour taking out as many hordes as possible. Here they come. Yep, there they are. Oh, that took out loads of them. Jesus Christ. And whilst doing this, I got 3 different trophies all close together, with all 3 of them being the more grindy and longer trophies to get in the game. Oh, there it is, finally! Finally, after finishing the game, Farewell Drift. So that's to accumulate 10 minutes of drifting while on your bike. I have literally been going for that the whole game. I think after about 2 hours of playing, the first 2 hours of playing, I've literally been going for that till now. Like, every time I've been driving on the bike, I've literally been drifting on every turn, and I finally got it. Oh, let's go! Best friends forever for life. That's the trophy I was going for, wasn't it? Yeah. Gain the allied... allied? What's wrong with me? Gain the allied trust status with 3 different encampments. Alright. That is that trophy now done. Alright, you just die real quick. There we go. Beautiful. My bike's almost broke as well. Look at that. 50%.
I can fix this. It should be.
There it is. Let's go. The art of bike repaired. Trophies back to back now. Apply 100 scrap to your bike. Again, another trophy that I was naturally going for after maybe 5-6 hours of playing, and then I remembered it was a trophy. So I was like naturally going for that. But after getting those 3 trophies, I continued to take out a few more hordes until I had enough resources to make more Molotov cocktails to take out the last few infestation nests, to complete the infestation exterminator storyline and get another trophy. So the last 2 are literally just over here. Well, last, what? Oh god, it's like 4 or 5 technically.
Shit, wrong way.
And then 1 there. And then the last one is over here, and it literally just seems to be 1 more. 2 more. So if I can throw it in the middle, I should be alright. I've got enough resources to make 1 last Molotov. Throw it in the middle so it gets both of them. And there we go. That's all of them. Yep, there it is. Infestation Exterminator. So yeah, that's to complete the Infestation Exterminator storyline. So after completing that storyline, I got another trophy called Farewell Original, which was to purchase an upgrade on performance, visual, and paint categories for your bike. But after beating all the rest of the hordes in the game, I started to find and complete the remaining ambush camps I needed to do. But whilst doing one of these camps, I saw this as a perfect opportunity to go for the trophy called Variety is the Spice of Life, where I had to kill an enemy with every type of crossbow bolt. And throughout the game, I had already killed an enemy with 2 out of the 5 bolts on the crossbow, which meant I only had 3 types of bolts left to use. Alright. Alright, that's 1. Alright, so that's the explosive bolt done. Now I just need to use the poison bolt and the incendiary bolt. I think that's what that says anyway. Alright, this guy's my next victim. There we go. Right. Poison bolt done. Poison bolt done. I've just got 1 more, the incendiary bolt. So I just need 1 of them to get close to me. Come on, please. There it is. Let's go. Verity is the Spice of Life. Right, that is now that trophy done. Now I've just got to take out this camp normally. Get the flank! There we go, last one.
I just want to talk, you know?
Oh, you bastard!
Oh, I think that's it.
Oh, I've done it. There we go. Ambush Camp Hunter. Wait, so complete the Ambush Camp Hunter storyline. I did not think that was the last one. For some reason, I thought I had 1 more, but apparently that's the last one. And after beating that storyline, I just had the World's End storyline to complete before I got my next trophy. And I only had 1 more Nero station to go to before this storyline was completed. Now there's the fuel canister over there, but where's the... Okay, it's right there. Perfect. Okay, well, in that case, we'll pick this up.
Here we go. Never gets old.
Go fill it up with fuel over here. Alright, now that's filled up. Turn it on, and then it should open the doors. Hopefully no flipping speakers turn on. Awesome. Alright, open this door, and then it should be just over here. It is, just over here. And I should get the trophy to finish the World's End storyline once upgrading the focus. So hopefully that's the case. Yes, there it is, World's End. There we go, complete the World's End storyline. So that is all the storylines for this game done. So with the second step of this platinum now done, it was now on to the third and final step, which was to get the remaining miscellaneous and collectible base trophies. So I started by getting these 2 miscellaneous trophies first, with this one called Burnout Apocalypse, which was to use nitro and drift at the same time on your bike for at least 5 seconds. And this one called Mr. Fahrenheit? I hope I said that right anyway. Which was to unlock all 45 skills. So that left me with 3 more trophies left to get for the platinum, with 2 out of the 3 of those trophies being collectible base trophies. And I will say, this game is quite generous with its collectible base trophies, as for one of the trophies, I had to find 75% of all the collectibles, and then for the other one, I had to find and knock down 12 anarchist Khans, and there are 40 of those in total. And I thought this would be extremely easy, as I already had around 65% of the collectibles found, and I had found and knocked over 11 out of the 12 anarchist Khans. So I thought finding all the landmarks that are the only type of collectible that's shown for you on the map would be enough to get the 75% trophy, and I would also find my last anarchist Khan whilst going to all the landmarks. However, neither of that would end up happening, as once I found all landmarks, I still had to collect 6 more collectibles to get the 75% trophy, and I also didn't come across a single anarchist Khan, so I just decided to look up on the internet where these character-based collectibles were, as well as the last anarchist Khan location as well. And once doing this, I found my last collectible I needed to get the 75% trophy, which then left me to find the last anarchist Khan. Yes, there it is. Yes, finally. Right, let's kick this puppy down and get my trophy. There it is. Go kick rocks. Go kick rocks. Knock down 12. Ah! Oh, jeez, I was reading the flipping trophy, you daft wolf. Suck on that, you flipping loser. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, what I need to do now is I've only got one more trophy left to get, and that is to loot 500 and something corpses or something very specific like that if I go onto it. Yeah, loot 541 corpses, and I've looted 448, so I've got 99 more to loot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the jobs, reset all ambush bush camps, reset all ambush camps, do that, and then basically every single ambush camp that I've done will be reset, and then I'll be able to loot everyone's bodies again, and I only need to loot 98. So that shouldn't be a big issue at all. It shouldn't take me too long. I feel like it's one of them where it looks like it will take me a while, but I don't think it will. I feel like this will go quite quickly, so hopefully it will.
What do you think now?
Right, please.
How you like
Yes,
that?
there it is. You've got red on you. Right, get out of here. Get out of here. Give me my platinum. There it is. 1%. Let's go. Let's read the description of that real quick. Go above and beyond, unlocking every trophy in Days Gone. So that is the platinum trophy obtained, which means it is now time to rate all the categories that I mentioned at the start of the video through 1 to 10, starting with the trophies. And because this is a remastered version of this game, I'm going to naturally talk about the difference between this version and the PS4 version, and naturally compare my thoughts between the two. However, when it comes to actually rating these categories through 1 to 10, that will be from my experience with the remastered version only. And in terms of the trophies, they are the exact same trophies to the original version, and I remember when playing the PS4 version I didn't really have a trophy that was grindy or a pain to work towards / get, and it was the exact same with the remastered version. And despite there being a couple grindy trophies, I guess you could say, all these trophies for me personally were really easy and enjoyable to get. Like the collectibles were probably the least fun trophies to get, but the game is very generous with only letting you find 75% of them, and you do naturally find like 55 to 60% of them by just naturally playing through the game. And even the trophies that were on the more grindy side, like having to drift for a total of 10 minutes or using a total of 100 scrap to fix your bike, wasn't that bad, as I naturally worked towards those trophies throughout the whole game. So because of all of this, I would give the trophies an 8 out of 10. Now let's talk about the gameplay. And the gameplay was just as much fun as I remember. Like the melee and range combat feels so smooth, and when it comes to the driving on your motorbike, I do feel like on the remastered version, it has been improved a lot compared to the original version. Now, I'm not saying the original version was bad, but I remember not really enjoying the bike mechanics for maybe the first couple of hours of that game, whereas with this PS5 version it did feel a lot more smoother. But when it comes to the melee and range combat, that honestly didn't feel too different to me. But that doesn't change the fact that specifically with the shooting on this game, it was just so smooth and I really enjoyed it. Like it felt so satisfying to shoot an enemy in the head when using the focus to slow down time, and despite the hordes being challenging, I kind of forgot how enjoyable fighting a horde can be and how satisfying it is to just shoot a load of them dead as they are running towards you. So yeah, in terms of a rating, I would probably give the gameplay for this game a solid 8.2 out of 10. I know, very precise. But finally, let's talk about the difficulty. So the guide gave this a 4 out of 10 difficulty, and I played this game on the normal difficulty, and I assume that's what this guide is going off of. But honestly, I think a 4 out of 10 difficulty is a little too high. Now, if you played this game on the hardest difficulty, then yeah, a 4 out of 10 could be valid. However, for someone who played this game on normal difficulty, this game wasn't hard at all. Like, I'm honestly trying to think of a moment where this game presented me with a challenge worth that rating, and I just can't think of one. I'd say the hardest thing to beat in this game is the bigger hordes in the game, but that's honestly it. And on a side note, on the guide, it says that it will also take 60 hours on average to get this game's platinum, and well, your boy did it in 40, which is a whole 20 hours to spare. So yeah, get on my level. But yeah, I would give the difficulty for this platinum a 3 out of 10, as except for the more bigger hordes you have to beat during the main story, this really isn't a hard platinum at all, in my opinion. So with all of that said, the question is it worth it? And even though I love this game and I truly think it is one of the most underrated games I've ever played, I am one of those people that feel like this game didn't need a remaster. However, am I happy that this game got a remaster? You're damn right I am. Now, much like most remasters, if you already have the PS4 version of this game, then I don't think it's worth buying the remastered version just yet, because one, it's quite expensive for the little changes that it has in terms of gameplay and visuals, despite both of them being very good, as I paid £45 for this game on the PS Store little, which I do think is a bit too much. But the second reason is because on the PS4 version, from what I can remember, I didn't run into one glitch whilst playing that game. However, on this remastered version, I kid you not, I ran into several glitches with, yes, most of them just being funny moments like an enemy going flying when I would hit them. But that glitch on the last main mission was honestly such a joke and almost ruined the experience for me. Because I spent a total of nearly 2 hours just constantly restarting the last mission and having to go through it again just to have that glitch still be there. And it was so bad I couldn't physically continue with the story, and that did scare me a bit in the moment, I must admit. And hearing that these glitches are quite common for people on this remastered version just makes me believe that this is not worth buying right now. Especially if you already have the PS4 version of this game like I mentioned. But that's not me saying this is a bad game, because like I mentioned at the start of the video, I was so happy that I had an excuse to re-get this game's platinum and actually do a video for it this time, as in my opinion this game is extremely underrated and I truly think this is one of the best zombie games out there, and it's definitely worth playing if you haven't already. And with this remaster coming out, I want to have that hope there will be a Days Gone 2 in the future, because I would absolutely love that. So yeah, my fingers are definitely crossed for us getting Days Gone 2 at some point in the future, because that is something I want and need so badly, and I doubt I'm the only one here that feels that way. So that is my thoughts and opinions on this game and its platinum. Let me know in the comments whether you guys agree or disagree with my thoughts and opinions, and whether you guys think it's worth it or not, as I'm genuinely curious to hear your guys' opinions. But anyway, I'm going to leave the video here, so if you liked this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, as that would mean a lot, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn those notifications on so you don't miss future videos. And take care, see you guys later.